Imagine that one right there. My son does a blog about Fat Joe, how real he is for his community.
Pin it up.
Mysonne's name continues to be in the news as former group members of Bang Bang Boogie share their thoughts. We already had S1 air out Mysonne, although he circled back and said he was wrong. Now Cuban Link is sharing his true feelings about Mysonne after all these years.
Man, roll the clip.
But as the fact of Mysonne, yeah, there's a lot of things behind the scenes that I held back for a minute. You know, me being proud and always being the one that extends the hand and the love. I just get tired of that. I think anybody gets tired of that, right? And I don't expect nothing but your friendship, right? A call, like I said, what's up, Q, you good? Or, you know, to tell you the truth, I am expecting a little bit like, yo, Q, man, you want to do your story, man? Let me plug you back in. I'm in a little higher, plateau right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm up in the level. You know, let me do a little story on you because, you know, you're preaching all this activist stuff and we got activist stories in hip hop. And then the Wack situation happened. Wack 100 and him. He had problems with Wack 100. And I remember me leaving a comment after Mysonne, he put something, he was talking about real individuals and you know what I'm saying, they shouldn't be doing this and that and that. And I was like, amen, brothers, that's how real individuals roll. I wrote that in Mysonne's comment. And that's what started the beef between me and Wack 100. Me writing on Mysonne's comment saying that, you know, me backing my brother, which is no problem. You know, I did that for any of my brothers. And if it's time to go to war, we go to war. But Wack he started checking me on that, like how, you know what I'm saying, like how deep I was with my love was for Mysonne. You know, I know he was checking my temperature, so he made that lie up on me. Wack 100 made that lie. I told him I went to the West Coast to check in. I never, my life went to check it ever. And then it turned called Clubhouse. Then it got crazy. Clubhouse, you know, West Coast, individual Wack 100 crew jumping me and all of that. And now I'm in this whole, you know, like, at that time, I was in that whole debacle with Wack 100 and everybody from over there. You know, he started from the Mysonne situation. Mysonne, to me, I felt like when I look back at it, I was like, yo, Mice, you never even came to my aid on that. Like, you never represented for me when I got to this whole shit because of you. You understand? So that felt a little funny. I never got a phone call either, appreciating. Yo, Q, I knew you stood up for me like your brother, you know what I'm saying? So good. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, my brother. Never. It's like I did it for nothing. And that's how, like, Mice made me feel. And still through all this time, I'm on some peace shit. I'm proud of you, brother. Even to the point when he wrote something on his post. It hit so deep in my heart. Cause it's like, yo, this is the same way I think. That's why I love this brother right here. It's the same way he posted something that touched the heart, like how real, you know, going through a journey and how real you stand on, you know, some morals and integrity and all that. So I'm like, yeah. So then I hit him up, like personally, and I'm like, yo, Mice, damn, brother, you feel just like me. That's why I love you. But let me ask you a question. Like when the separation of all of this and things was going a certain way with me, like what's that love for me? You know what I'm saying? Like for me. And I hit him up with a text like that. And then he told me a story about his relationship with Percy and why he couldn't do the things. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know my brother Mice had another person in between our love. You know what I'm saying? Like our who we was with each other. Cause I didn't have nobody that was ever above Mice. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, there's people in my life like that, but nobody was telling me not to mess with Mice. I don't have people like that. People know not to come to me and tell me you can't mess with this person or whatever, right? So I'm just a different dude. But I didn't know that was there. You know what I'm saying? Because I understood that with Hocus. I know Percy and Hocus, and that's how I had a connection when they was locked up. You know what I'm saying? So I understood that. But with Mice, I didn't know that. So, you know, imagine if you was me asking that brother that, and he tells you, yo, man, you know, yo, Q, I love you. You know, beloved, I love you. You my brother, King. But you know, day one Percy, you know, I couldn't do anything, man. You know what I'm saying? So I had to make amends with what's going on over there. You know, I had to put him over you. I was like, wow. See, but I wouldn't took it as hard as I did, which I did. I still understood it. But if you would have told me that before I even had to ask you this, right? It just don't, and there's already probably like 6-7 years went by. 8-9 years went by. So I'm thinking, you know, Mike's my brother. Like I stand up for him, like he's gonna stand up for me. Which he already showed me with the Wack situation, he did. But yet you're preaching this beautiful speeches about unity and kings and activities, you know, activists for the community and saving black and brown people and putting the hood together. But then you got a resume with me that don't equal up to that. Because if you didn't do it for me, then how will you do it for my fellow man? So I question that, you know what I'm saying? And the reason I'm coming out like this, right, is because like I told you, when you have it up to here, you just have it up to there. You know what I'm saying? So you have to release it. And that interview with S1, that kind of came out. It came out where we talking about Mysonne. I don't want you to get it twisted that I'm hating on Mysonne to amp up S1 anyway. S1 was with that energy on his own. He felt that. And even Hocus felt that. Hocus felt that before. I had to be the mediator between Hocus and Mice before. You know what I mean? I had to be the mediator. They could say the truth if they want to, but I had to play, saying, yo, y'all cool, y'all brothers. I get no appreciation for that. But now it's like they all team up. Like the Hocus started hanging out with the Beluga and Rich Player and the Bologna Smokers and everything. Then they throw it on me. Like I'm hating on Joe. So they getting mad because I hate so much on Joe. Imagine Hocus won. Hocus won getting mad at me because I'm still hating on Joe. You know what I mean? Imagine that. So, a dude that we started our careers with, his career started with us, with me, Mice, the Bam Bam Boogie shit. And he already knew my situation. So imagine that without him talking to me about, yo, Q, how you still feeling about Joe behind the scenes? We never had that conversation, which he probably don't care. Like I say, the way I do it and I move because of the way I move. It's me. It's nobody else. Yeah, so Mice, I'm going to keep it on the topic of Mike because I went to S1's page and I see him definitely retract the disrespect he said to Mike. So I thought I was wrong too, the disrespect, the extra, saying foul language and stuff like that. But as far as the anger, I understand S1 100%. I understand why your Mike's, man. It's been years, man. You forgot about Bang Bang Boogie. You don't tell the story. You got this. We got the same thing. You could have been on this doing what I'm doing in your phone and send out some Cuban Link love throughout the years. I would have appreciated it. The same with Hocus. But at least Hocus had me, he talked about, he didn't know whether he agreed with me or not. At least Hocus was doing, Cuban Link, he kept my name, out there, regardless if he agreed or not. At least he said my name. But Mice, you never said my name in your life again. You know what I'm saying? I wondered why that was. But then I started putting it together. Oh, the 2 freestyles with Joe. Oh, then he made a blog about Joe, talking about how real Joe is. Imagine that word. Mysonne does a blog about Fat Joe, how real he is for his community, all of this. So he does a whole thing. And remember, Mysonne came in the game with us and he was mad because nobody gave him a hand to eat. Nobody gave him no food in the plate to eat. Because, he expected a lot of things from people that were on, especially in the Bronx. Fat Joe, they say he was going to help him and never helped him. As soon as he got with us, he made noise. Now he did the freestyle with Joe. I guess that changed everything, right? So anyway, later on in life, recently, like a year ago, he starts really going in like Joe's his brother. There's a whole blog about I forgot what it was, but it's something to uplift Joe and big stuff, right? Without him doing a whole, like he forgot about Cuban Link. Never did nothing but Cuban Link, yo, Q, what you doing in life, whatever. Man, I would appreciate that. That's how we do. We each other's crutches in my mind. Like I said, I always big these brothers up from the cheering section, and I showed all the love I could show. It's just that love was never shown back to me, right? Unless it's some negative shit. Unless Cuban is like saying whatever he's saying, and then they all get together. They all get together as one to go against me, the Cubes. That's when I get all of them. They turn into Voltron to go against me, though. But to other people, no, let's not do that.
When it comes to this situation, I have to admit I'm a little biased because I know Cuban very well, and I know he truly does have love for people and holds them to high regards. I think he accepted that Bang Bang Boogie was over, but a call every now and then just checking in or shouting him out speaks volumes. Like we was brothers and you still got love for me, but I admit that we haven't heard Mysonne mention Cuban's name in years, and it seemed to start around the time he started linking up with Joe. Personally, what I think is Mysonne has gone through an identity crisis over the years, or maybe he's just really searching for his identity. Is it woke but gangsta? Is it political? Is it I'm the black power guy? Like, he's been trying to find his own lane, and I think that's why he strayed away from the people he once knew. It's like he's trying to create this new version of himself, and he feels like he can't do that being closely associated with the people that used to know him. Honestly, it's like he's trying to clean up his image and his past. Now, I agree with what Cuban said about when you got love for people, you should be each other's crutches. But sometimes people feel like they can walk again and they don't need you anymore. Those crutches serve their purpose. It's sad, bro, when you really think about it. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Put your thoughts down in the comments and make sure you like and subscribe and stay connected with Panda Chop TV. Peace.
Panda Chop.
Panda Chop.
Panda Chop.
Panda Chop.
Panda Chop.
Panda Chop.
Panda Chop.